Virginia Louise Roberts was born in 1983. A daughter, a sister, a dreamer. She never imagined that one day her name would shake the world. At just 16 years old, her life took a devastating turn. What began as a promise of opportunity became a trap. She was recruited by people who wore wealth like armor, people who smiled as they led her into darkness. Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, famous names, hidden crimes. Virginia became a prisoner in luxury. A girl passed between men whose power was supposed to protect, not destroy. But where others were silenced, Virginia began to speak. At first, the world didn't believe her. They dismissed her. They erased her. But she kept talking. She named names. She told the truth, and the truth wouldn't die. Her words sparked lawsuits, headlines, courtroom battles that turned whispers into roars. She wasn't just fighting two people. She was fighting a system built to protect the powerful, a system designed to ignore the powerless. But Virginia was unshakable. She chose justice over fear, and in doing so, she changed everything. Epstein was arrested, Maxwell was convicted, others began to fall. But Virginia never sought revenge. She sought light. In the years that followed, she stood for survivors. She founded support networks. She spoke to nations. She helped others find their voices, the same way she found hers. Virginia Giuffre was more than a headline, more than a case file, more than a victim. She was a force, a truth teller, a builder, a survivor who stood against giants and didn't flinch. In 2025, the world lost Virginia Giuffre, but her legacy didn't fade. It grew louder. It grew stronger. Because every voice that rises now carries hers. She didn't wear a crown. She didn't hold a title. She didn't have an army. She had a story, and she chose to tell it. She wasn't royalty. She wasn't a politician. She was the girl who brought down giants. But her fight didn't end there. Not when the cameras turned away. Not when the headlines faded. In quiet courtrooms and crowded newsrooms, Virginia kept pushing. In 2009, she became Jane Doe 102. Not to hide, but to be heard in a system that never wanted to listen. Years later, she stood against a royal and didn't blink. The case with Prince Andrew made global noise, but Virginia wasn't chasing scandal. She was chasing justice, and justice wasn't enough. She built SOAR, not just a charity, a launchpad for every silenced voice. She turned her pain into policy, her story into strength for others. Even in 2025, after a life-threatening accident, she fought from a hospital bed with a body failing, but a spirit that refused. Until April 25th, when the warrior laid down her sword. Her passing shook the very system she once challenged. Her brother spoke, not in grief alone, but in defiance.